Hey, Team Microlocs. Welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you being here so very much. But let's get into something that's very important, very serious. Why is it so important to get Microlocs? And how can getting Microlocs save your life? I hope you stick around to the end of this video. I have lots to say on this subject matter. Let's get right into it. So listen, you guys, welcome back. Listen, Team Microlocs. There is this news report video floating around these internet streets. I'm sure some of you have already seen it. And I think I've seen it maybe twice now, and I felt the need to share on this video. I want you all to understand that there is a real fight going on in the background that is jeopardizing the health of Black women. So I know you guys have seen some videos floating around over the years about cancer-causing ingredients in hair products, specifically relaxer. This is one of the major reasons a lot of people started to transition to natural hair in the very beginning of the natural hair movement, was because there were reports that some of the relaxers and some of the hair products that relaxer companies had around at that time had cancer-causing ingredients in the products. That was my reason years and years ago. But also because I just didn't want to deal with a relaxer or a texturizer anymore. And I just felt like it was bad for my health. I have asthma, so getting a relaxer when I was a child or getting a relaxer in my early adulthood, it was just a little bit traumatizing for me because I had to smell that strong odor. I had to deal with the burning sensations like all of us did. But you know, having asthma and not wanting to be, you know, exposed to all kinds of random chemicals and things like that, it really pushed me into starting my natural hair journey in 1998. I'm kind of giving away my age, but right outside of high school, I decided to go natural. But even in my first year of being natural, I still messed around with a texturizer because I wasn't 100% confident in my natural hair yet. So, but I completely went natural by like 1999-ish, like 2 years outside of high school, and I never looked back. I never looked back. And I'm grateful that I started this journey over 20 years ago at this point, because these news reports that has been popping out in these past few years about cancer-causing ingredients and, you know, in relaxers, initially as relaxers, now is braiding hair. Like, what? We over here about to die because we're not 100% natural. I feel for my ladies who are still stuck in protective styling, stuck in wigs, stuck in hair braiding, stuck in relaxers. You know, there's still people out here who still get relaxers. I feel horrible for them because this is the reality of what we're dealing with, right? There are news reports after news reports, and I'm gonna find just the one specific clip that pulled me in recently that I decided to do a video on, because you know, before it was like hair products, right? It was like relaxers, it was like hair products. Now it's the braiding hair, like the braiding hair. Are you kidding me? And you know, before we thought we were safe, like, you know, I don't use relaxers, you know, I don't need to put no cream and crack in my hair. I'll just do my little protective styles and you know, take my hair off from time to time and wear my little afro or wear my little natural hair, do some blowout presses. But now they are talking about cancer-causing fibers or agents in braiding hair, and that's beyond scary. because even the naturalistas, right? Even women who wear their hair in microlocks, there are some women who, you know, decide to, you know, put a protective style or do braids on top of their microlocks. Now we got to be worried about the cancer causing stuff inside of the braided hair. Like, who's behind all this stuff? Who we dealing with behind the scenes? It just doesn't seem right. And I want you guys to take a look at this video. It's a very short clip. It's about 2 minutes or so. Take a look at this video and tell me what you think. Okay? And let's get back over here and talk about it in the comments. What do y'all think?
Emergency.
A new study finds harmful cancer-causing chemicals in certain synthetic braiding hair products. Channel 2's Audrey Washington spoke with some health experts and social justice scholars about why those harmful products, Audrey, are mostly marketed to black women.
Right. The report about cancer-causing chemicals found in synthetic braiding hair is sending shockwaves through the beauty industry. But now some health professionals believe these products that are targeted to black women and girls specifically are a form of environmental racism.
You can dress it up or down because of the curls.
By now, we've all seen them. The flashy beauty supply ads usually displayed in black neighborhoods that promote braiding hair products. But recently, some of those products were tested and the results are disturbing.
Not knowing if I may be a candidate of cancer in the future or now, I don't know.
A Consumer Reports study found cancer-causing chemicals in all 10 brands of braiding hair tested. 3 had the chemical benzene.
Benzene is mostly linked to leukemias.
Chemist and Emory University professor of environmental health, Carmen Marcet, explained how the chemical disrupts the body.
And it's this chemical that can go in and bind to your DNA and lead to mutations. And so it's that what could go on to form a cancer.
We reached out to all 10 companies whose products were tested. Only 2 responded. Both companies stated their products are safe and questioned the testing methods. But Dr. Marcet says benzene doesn't need to be ingested in order to be harmful.
It's near your face, so that's in your breathing zone.
In 2024, I first spoke with Dr. Marcet after the FDA proposed a ban on certain chemical hair straighteners that were found to cause cancer. Those products mostly marketed and used by black women and girls. So I had to ask, is the placement of these products in majority black communities a form of environmental racism?
I think it plays a big part. I mean, it's really a history of these types of products being marketed to black women.
It's the pollutant, it's the toxin.
Professor Dr. Tara Taylor with Morehouse College.
I would definitely say that racism is at the core with regards to when any time a particular group is disproportionately impacted.
This is, in my mind, a public health emergency.
Dermatologist Dr. Aaliyah Brown has treated patients who developed serious scalp and hand rashes from synthetic braids. She says the rashes combined with the new cancer risk should sound health alarms nationwide.
Unfortunately, there also are some biases that exist with healthcare and people of color and disparities.
Hairstylist Dion James tells me she developed health issues after decades of braiding and inhaling fumes from synthetic hair.
I have suffered from benign tumors, so now I'm starting to think that maybe it may correlate to the hair.
Is this braiding hair poisoning black women?
Of course it is.
So welcome back. Listen, the news reports are going crazy. The news reports are going crazy. It's a mess out here. You know, this would be the time to get your hair in its complete and total natural state. You know, I've been a microlocked girl since 2006, 2007. From 2003 to 2005-ish, I had traditional locks. Most of my adult life, I've had locks. And I've been natural since '98, since right outside of high school. So I haven't had any concerns with cancer-causing agents and all of these things. It's very foreign to me, and you know, it's just very foreign to me. It's very foreign to me. But I feel for the ladies who are still wearing braids, and not to say that I haven't worn any kind of braids over the years, because I love to do different things with my hair. I've shaved my hair completely bald. I've worn braids down my ankles, like no joke. When I was in high school, I used to take 2 weeks braiding my hair down to the back of my knees, baby. I had to have a new hairstyle every month, every week. not even month, every week. Always doing different things to my hair. I've worn all the colors, the reds, the blues, all of those things. Long, short, bald. But I've been natural most of my adult life up until this point. But even with my locks, I've experimented with putting braids on top of my locks, twists on top of my locks. Just like maybe a year and a half ago, I had some kinky twists on top of my new set of Microlocs, because I just wanted something different. I was tired of the short look and I wanted a little bit of length and volume and vavavoom. And I tried some kinky twists on top of my Microlocs and they were gorgeous. I've tried braids on top of my Microlocs. So now it's like a new level of worry, right? It's like, okay, before it was like the products where it's like, okay, well, I don't use Blue Magic anyway. I don't use whatever product they have out there that they said had cancer-causing agents in there. I'm like, I don't use that stuff, because on my regular Microlocs, this is why I love Microlocs so much. Even with my low density hair, I make it do what it do. Like right now, I'm rocking grandma curls. I say grandma curls because I use the regular rods and just curled it. These are regular schmegular grandma curls that I've been rocking for almost 2 weeks, and the curls are still holding up. They're still holding up. I was over here contemplating, like, should I do a brand new style for my video? What should I do? I got to come on here looking real good for y'all, right? Because I know some of y'all can gossip. Like, she gonna come on here not even looking good. So anyways, it's all fun and laughs and games. I'm a jokester, so don't be too serious. It's for laughs, okay? But I know some of y'all do gossip, okay? And I gotta look good. And I was contemplating on doing something else with my hair, So just like all of us out here, we want to do something different with our hair. We want to do braids on top of our locks, which is fine as long as it's braided properly by a professional. And as long as your hair is not weak and fragile and thin and difficult to start to form locks. Like, there are some ladies out here who their locks are just not forming well. There's premature budding, there is bunching. If you have a lot going on with your locks already, please don't try to do a whole bunch of protective styles on top of it. Like, I had clients who were doing like wigs and lace frontals with the glue. And listen, I've cussed out some of my clients. I've yelled at them. I don't use vulgarity, but I've definitely yelled at them for not allowing their locks to go through the proper stages before doing something protective. And it is okay to do a protective style over your locks. You just can't do the most. You can't do it too frequently. You're going to weaken the hair shaft. You're going to slow down the maturation process. You just gotta be careful, okay? You gotta be careful. Come talk to me. I'll let you know if it's time for you to do a protective style. Hit me up, okay? But what was I saying? Remember I told you I can be a real scatterbrain, but let me bring it on back because I got a lot to say. But there's nothing wrong with doing protective styles on top of your Microlocs. But now we gotta worry about cancer-causing agents with the braiding hair. So what do? Listen, my advice to you is that you do your hair, wear your hair in its most natural states, whether it's, and to me the most natural state is in locks, right? Because with locks, you don't use a lot of products at all. Like, I spray some moisturizer on my scalp maybe once or twice a week, and that's it. Like, I don't do nothing. Even to do these grandma curls that I'm telling y'all about, I did not even use styling foam at all. Like, I put my hair in rollers, grandma rollers, sprayed my scalp with some moisturizer. I hit my rollers with a little bit of the moisturizer just to moisten the rollers so that, it could, stay put. Not stay put, but set. That's what I want to say. So it could set. So instead of the styling foam, I used the moisturizer. I hit the rollers with the moisturizer just to kind of moisten the rollers to give it some kind of set. So when I took the rollers out, it's not dry and just nothing going on, right? So keep in mind, Microlocs don't take all of that. You don't need all of the things. If you're open hair naturalista, you still have to worry about using the wrong products, you know, that may have cancer-causing ingredients in there, because some of those natural hair products, they got some bad stuff in there too. They got some wrong things in there. Some of those bad alcohols, some of those yellow number 5 and yellow number 6, all of that foolishness that seeps into your skin, and your skin just absorbs. Okay, our epidermal layer of our skin is very sensitive and it absorbs everything. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, because think about it. Even our skin is our largest organ. First of all, our skin is our largest organ, period. If you think about all of the stuff that leaches into our scalp, and this is why wearing a relaxer is so super dangerous. For my naysayers, do you, boo, do you. For me, it hits a soft spot because my mother passed away last year, early, well, at this point, she's been gone over a year actually. She passed away a few days after Christmas, 2023. We buried her last year, early January, February, we buried my mother. And she used to wear a relaxer for many, many, many years. She wore a relaxer all the way up into her 40s, and then started to wear locks in her latter years. So for about 15 years of her life, she wore locks, but the majority of her adulthood was relaxer or jerry curl or presses. And all of those things involved possibly cancer-causing agents. And my mother passed away at age 69. It hits a soft spot for me. So you can't even get me to even switch out of this, go back to a relaxer, and then now I'm second guessing braiding hair. Like, it's not even that serious for me anymore. I don't need no braiding hair. I don't need no extensions. I'm good. Give me my bottle of rose water or papaya water or whatever else that I can just spray on my scalp. Listen, spray on my scalp twice a week, wake up, fluff my hair out, make sure that I don't have any lint or anything like that in my locks. Don't even have to use styling foam. Like, these curls are going on 2 weeks and I didn't even use styling foam. I'm not kidding. I'm not joking. Just wear my bonnet throughout the day, putting my hair in a pineapple to take a shower and to go to sleep. And these are going on 2 weeks and I didn't even use styling foam, because who knows what the styling foam got. Now we all out here just paranoid. But listen, y'all, be careful out there. I'm gonna try to make more videos about specific products that you may wanna stay away from. For all of my Microloc girls, I know that y'all are behaving yourselves. You're not putting all kind of products in your hair to create buildup. I know y'all are good, but there may be some naturalistas that come across this video that may be thinking about wearing Microlocs and how wearing Microlocs could possibly save their life. Possibly. Like, we just don't know. We gotta be careful. And this is not a scare tactic, but it's just when you got the news reports building up and reporting on products that we use as Black women that may have cancer-causing ingredients in them, you gotta be paying attention. You can ignore if you want, but if you're not paying attention and bam, you end up with cancer. And keep in mind, you guys, remember in the past 2 years or so, we've lost like some naturalistas from cancer. Okay? We've lost a few naturalistas, influencers, and businesswomen who were naturalistas from cancer. Now, as somewhere down the line, at some point, we gotta add things up. We gotta make the math, right? Like, nothing's really coincidence. And I just said, you know, my mother passed away from cancer, and there is no one in my family, on my mother's side, that has died from cancer or it's been diagnosed from cancer. Like, nothing. That hits a very sore spot. It's not something she inherited genetically. And she just passed away from uterine cancer, okay? Like over a year ago. So let's be smart about what we're doing. Let's take care of our bodies 100%. Do what we can with the information we have. And if we choose to ignore it, that's on us. But when these news reports start going crazy, like I said, you gotta start paying attention, okay? All right, you guys, I hope you have found some value in this video. Reach out to me if you need help on anything. Send me a DM if you want me to do a video or anything specific that you may be dealing with your Microlocs. 9 times out of 10, as you continue following this channel, you are going to get so much value, and I'm going to cover as much as I can about every subject, every topic to do with Microlocs. And I welcome you back. Like, share, subscribe. Share this video with your mama, your cousins. You know, spread the word. All of y'all need to get some Microlocs, okay? All of y'all. If y'all need more information on anything to do with Microlocs, come back to this channel and find a video that may be a good resource to you. In the meantime, Team Microlocs, let's be about the business of Microlocs. I'll see y'all in the next video.